Hi y'all, what's up y'all? How everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat with their thumbs jack. Man, y'all already know that we gotta talk about some Kenneka Jenkins. Cause that's why we still here to keep that girl name alive. We can't never let it go cold. Alright, with that being said, man, it's no way that everybody in the world, right? When it come to the Kenneka Jenkins, if you watching this wherever you from, I just want to ask this question. When it come to the Kenneka Jenkins case, do you believe that the family was involved? Or do you believe they don't got nothing to do with this and the hotel did this to cover up a crime they committed? But that's what I just want to ask the world, including the chat. Because, you're going to have other people watching this later on. They're going to drop it in the comment section. But I want to just show y'all just receipts. And hopefully this can point everybody in the right direction, right? So when I show you these receipts, just think about the whole narrative when it came to the Kenneka Jenkins. Now, this what I learned. I don't know about nobody else. When it come to the narrative, it was so many conspiracy theories out there saying this, saying that, and a whole lot of things. Come to find out, those conspiracy theories only came from one person. It's the person that had Kenneka phone. Edit video to fit they conspiracy of a lie they want to tell the world. So it's really not no conspiracy theory. It was really a lie. And the same people that was lying and spreading conspiracy theories and misleading information said Rosemont said this and said that. Rosemont kicked them out the hotel, giving them a hard time and threatening to lock them up. Now the world, like, what the police did? Mother Teresa. Yeah, they, Rosemont never responded. Notice Rosemont was silent the whole time when all of this was going on. Then the same people that had access to the footage is actually releasing the footage on the internet before the police can say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, we got the footage. It's still up on investigation. While they were going on the news, had a press conference, people was already looking at little bits and skimps of the footage. And make it so bad, the same people that putting out conspiracy theories and lying, it's the same people was the first one on YouTube showing the footage. And everybody want to know how they get the footage so fast. Cause nobody else, Did no other YouTuber had the footage like a regular YouTuber and they do casework, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have access to the footage. So guess who had the footage? All right. So let's go to this game. All right. Let me just start it off like this. That dude that's in the picture is named Carl Nesbitt. I mean, not Nesbitt. Yeah, Carl Nesbitt. No, Dorsey. You know, Charles Dorsey. That's his name, Charles Dorsey. All right. What Charles Dorsey will have anything to do with this case? A whole lot. Because if you look up who Charles Dorsey is, you know what I'm saying, I can give you a little download image. What I want to show y'all who right here. Hold on, y'all. Right here. This Charles Dorsey. If anybody remember a YouTuber named Kate420, he joined her platform trying to explain everybody what may happen to Kenneka Jenkins and had about 3,000-4,000 people in the chat. Everybody waiting on K420 to interview him and all of this old stuff. But if you look at him, I'm going to tell you where he finna come in at with him. Right? Now, I heard 54 Keys story and said this supposed to be Javante Howard. Now, oh no, you know, I don't know. But this what I got a problem with when it comes to this Kenneka Jenkins case. Everybody you seeing right now, Mr. Reese know all these motherfuckers. All right, check this out. This supposed to be this girl. Now, when you think about, all right, if he hugged up with this girl and this could be this girl. So if the news reporter asks Leonora, hey, it's a lady, say she was Kenneka's friend. She had a white t-shirt on and she had a knife in her hand. And this video is circling around Facebook and they got the time on there saying 1 something. 1 something. And if you look at on the video and you actually see her on the footage at 1 something, getting off on the elevators, putting her hand to her mouth like as she allegedly coughing like cameras on. And this round 1 something. So when it comes to Leonora, when they ask her, hey, you see that video? Yeah, I saw that video. And then she did work for the hotel. She didn't, they didn't tell us about it. So wait a minute. So the news gonna be preferring to her But you know what's the crazy part about this though? Now, rumors around saying she is possible related to Sandra VTech. There was a rumor. I don't know if it's true or false. Right? So when the news asked Leonora, and we all saw this white girl, not only this was the famous when this white girl got off this elevator. This what made this white girl famous. By her getting off on that elevator, coughing, looking suspect, her in a goddamn ponytail, like you finna jack, like it's finna go down. I'm gonna tell you like this here. This right here, this girl ain't no trans. Nope. Cause you can go to the front desk. And once you go to the front desk, that's who you gonna see. Front desk footage. Watch this. Trey ain't watched that front desk. When she came to that front desk, you want to know what she did at the front desk? She dropped off a key card to the front desk. She laid it on the counter. Like nobody, it's no cameras rolling at the time. She slide that junk on the counter like she knows this camera, but the way she put it on there, boom. Now this on the footage. Now this will be on the footage. This what they can't argue with Trey Gang about. Trey Gang watched that footage and he finna call this girl out, and that's what gonna make everybody wanna go back to that footage. When she was walking around. Whoa, this what made this white girl, and then the famous thing about it, she was walking when she got off on this elevator. Guess where she went to? Straight to the pool area. The lady went straight to the pool area. When she got off on the elevator, nobody no scenes to talk about that part. They just like stop at this one camera right here and say, ooh, look at her. She gotta know something, or she gotta, if you watch her whole route, you be like, damn, this bitch going straight to the pool. And this going on 2 o'clock. The first time you finna see her is at 150 on the footage. Getting off on the elevator, 150, going to the pool area, there will be 2 o'clock. If you follow Trey Gang in the beginning, I was still off an hour. Cause when I was telling everybody what the footage showed her going to the pool at 4, cause the footage gonna show her going to the pool at 4. So I'm thinking like, well, damn, if the footage say 4 o'clock, right, and I see her going 4 o'clock, then I explain to everybody like, look, I've realized the time off 1 hour. So now I'm thinking 3 o'clock. Then no, I'm still off. Cause I'm like, well, this at 3 o'clock, then you know what I'm saying? Why would she would be already in the pool? You know what I'm saying? It's like she'll be in the pool waiting on Kenneka to get there. You see what I'm saying? But if you go with the 2 hour theory off, and then be like, damn, she finna go right at the pool area and meet where Kenneka at with dude. So when you think of ball, that's when she finna come into play. So Leonora can stop the crocodile tears. So now that's what I got a problem with. Now, let me exit this screen. So now these text messages really finna make a lot of sense to me. Why is they leaking these text messages? You know what I'm saying? So this what Irene talking about. They killed her. They told me to put her in the freezer, and if I said something, they would kill me. But saying this at the same time. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think we should stay away from each other for a while until things clear up. Oh my God, I'm scared now. And this feels so wrong. Now I wish we didn't do this and how I am going to get my parts. Girl, I did most of the work. You ain't do shit. I ain't giving you what? Maybe this a way of Irene leaking the text message to Miss Teresa and them. Cause remind y'all, the lady got the phone. And who else Irene would be texting about money? Not Monifa. Cause keep this in mind. We all were thinking like, yeah, look at Irene and Monifa texting each other and stuff. Then they talking about the money. And you know what I'm saying? And I did. If you look at it like Irene arguing with Miss Teresa about the money, don't it make a whole bunch of sense? Cause Monifa ain't got no goddamn money. The way she had her ponytail on the footage, she a broke bitch. So the whole reason of this text message, what I got out of this, maybe Irene is talking to Miss Teresa about her part, and she want her cut. And Miss Teresa would like get everybody thinking. That's probably what, you know what I'm saying. Look, that's probably why Miss Teresa was pressing that Monifa best friend theory. If you say she was your best friend, can't nobody say. Now, if you believe that theory, you don't look. That means Miss Teresa had to cover herself and tell the world, well, Irene dropped this junk, but still mentioning Monifa. But Monifa gonna be actually Miss Teresa on the other end. Who else they will be texting? Not Monifa. All right, let me get out of that. This lady works in the restaurant. If you watch that footage, she is walking with Lenny on the footage with the dudes. The same person Bree asking about smacks, she is on the camera, her and Lenny walking out with smacks in them. That's what the footage showed. Now that's what the footage showed. Nobody didn't know that was Lenny at the time. He didn't even have it. He didn't know what I'm saying. He didn't have no suit or no tie. He just dressed up like a regular guest. She was dressed up like a regular guest. Basically, they don't wear uniforms. You could just take this name tag off and walk around the hotel and be looking like you part of the club. You walk around with this little suit on and be like, oh yeah, she a little she gotta be one of those speakers or something. You know what I'm saying? Or one of those people that give lectures or a teacher or something. This motherfucker here, goddamn it, a fucking staff. That's on the footage. Let me exit out of this. Now, you got this police sergeant, Jedediah interviewing. A police sergeant, a black man, that's at a hotel right now and the case been closed. And you still at the hotel in uniform. The case been closed. And you still at the hotel. If you close the case, why is you still at the hotel at the front desk playing security? And you also on this footage. This what stood out to me and I had a problem with. Cause when I watched the footage, I don't know nothing about this man. Never seen this man. But I just seen him on the footage. Didn't suspect him to be got nothing to do with the Kenneka Jenkins case. This when Trey Gang just watching the footage. Study mode, like, let me just watch this footage and just see how it's gonna play out. And I noticed he kept walking around. And I'm like, why does he keep walking around? And what drew my interest, he kept drawing me to the pool area. He'll go to the pool area, come from the pool area, go to the front desk, ask for somebody that gotta work at a hotel, and then you going down on the lower level in the laundry room. So when I looked at your route, you only had two particular routes in your mind, the lower level and the pool area. I ain't know he was a cop. It was just the way he was moving. And then check this out. The way that he was moving around there, guess what else he was doing? Meeting up with T.Y. Rowland's sister. Cause she finna get off on the elevators too. And she looking for him. What I mean is this. You got a sergeant here, Miss Teresa there, T.Y. Rowland them people there, the same girl that was in the car. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me do it like this. Damn, I got this on this video, but I need to go. I got it in my watch list so I can come back. Let me put this in my watch list right quick. Gotta put this in so I won't lose track of it. Know what I'm talking about right here, bam. All right. I'm finna go to my watch list. All this on footage. What my watch list? Yeah, watch her. All right here. By the screenshots alone, this girl that's in the car, this T.Y. Facebook Live talking to this girl. She is getting off on the elevators round at the same time the police sergeant in plain clothes on the lower level. Now look, she dressed up like Kenneka. The girl on the passenger seat is dressed up like Kenneka. Now you got T.Y. on video saying we was at a hotel. At a movie theater, September the 9th. Right? And They on and if you look at this Facebook live right here, right? Look at it like this here.
Introducing Grammarly, like you've.
Now, when you think about a plan, how Miss Teresa sat down, sat down and planned this stuff with family members. Cause they connected to hotels and people in power. So when Irene said they've been planning this for months, this how it's finna play out. Exactly how they planned it on the footage. She at the hotel. She wearing the same clothes of the footage. Hold on. When she was talking to T.Y. Rowland. She wearing the same clothes what Kenneka had on in the T.Y. Rowland. Also the girl in the padding seat. Jean jacket. Same thing Kenneka had on. Right? They in the car. T.Y. at the movie theaters. They on their way to him. They on their way to where he at. I won't even be surprised they was riding around Rosemont looking for a parking lot, and boom. And Facebook Live has something to be like, yeah, let's go to the movie. Because the original plan, Mr. Reese and them was like, yeah, you know, Kenneka supposed to celebrate. Could keep this in mind. It's Irene party. But Mr. Reese said the real reason why she went out because to celebrate her new job. That won't sound too quite bright if you selling this new job celebration at a fake ass Irene party that everybody believe that Irene is having a birthday party on the 9th. All right, you got her getting off on the elevator, meeting up with the police dude. And leave no witnesses know this. Boom. Another thing. Where is John at? Hold on. How the fuck he don't even show the goddamn man? He done blacked every goddamn thing out. So, go to this. So, boom. Here go another thing I got a problem with. Everybody know that Zillionaire is coming in with these girls. And you got another YouTuber, Chloe. They with these girls. Leave no witness know this. Leave no witness already know, hey, if you go watch that parking lot footage, right? Why does it say 161304? Is it 413? Can't be 4413. But they got this at 313. Cause that's when Kenneka arrived. And if you go to the parking lot, you be like, damn, there go a Jeep pulled up, a truck, a SUV. And they come in. Kenneka come in. Kenneka brother come in. Kenneka come in the front door. All of them coming in through the front and the back door. That's what I seen on the footage. That's on the footage. It's easy to confuse the people when you give them in little snips of it. Gotta play the whole surveillance footage. So he know who these people is. Just say like, if you know who this girl here is, you'll be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. If you look at who find out who this girl is, you'll be like, whoa, I didn't know that neither. Then you gonna go back and be like, well damn. So Trey Gang, you mean to tell me, yeah, I'm telling you this right here. Go to this. When the news asked Leonora about one something, the lady acknowledged what was going on one something on Facebook about a death of her sister with a girl with a knife in her hand. And she said, I saw that video. And if it did, the hotel didn't tell us about that video, why would a hotel need to tell you about a video that's on Facebook and you saying this lady worked with the police? Well, she's an employee. Or something in that nature. So when you asked that question, this how she knew herself is working with the police and slipped up and said, yeah, I know about that Facebook Live video. The police didn't tell us about that video. What that mean? But we heard the interview. Go back and watch that interview. So once you go back and watch that interview, speaking of one song, when the white girl getting off on the elevators at 1 something, going on 2 o'clock, couple of minutes before 2 o'clock, Kenneka, something happened to Kenneka at 1:20. 20 minutes later, you got the white chick getting off on the elevator, coughing, heading to the pool area. Exactly at 2 o'clock. In the pool area. Then you're going to see Monique and them walking down Food Court Hall right after this white girl that went to the pool area. Now we dealing at 2 o'clock now. 30 minutes after Kenneka being seen on the footage. Well, not even 30 minutes, because she was in the lobby at 1:13, 1:16. You know what I'm saying? She text messaged her sister. You know, that's like a couple of minutes later. You know, a couple of minutes later, text ring got to her sister. Boom. Then 20 minutes later, nobody don't know what happened in that 20-minute time gap. Now you got 2 o'clock. Now you got 2 o'clock. So once you got 2 o'clock, you got Friends K said, look, he got a radio call to the pool room. Lenny Risco, here go Lenny. Lenny, here go Risco. A bald head maintenance man, the same maintenance man we all saw. Let me go to my video so I can show y'all my video. All right. This most famous video right here. This is crazy. Now, this would be the same time the female would be getting off on the elevator. Now, this at 2 o'clock. You see this? That's why you look, boom. That's why I look. This at 2. o'clock. He come in, bam, bam, bam. I'm watching the footage, and when I released the footage, I was like, damn, why the other YouTubers, and then them could have been possibly zip ties. We don't know, but it's something. So once you look at this from 2 o'clock, think about Irene live. Miss Teresa said there was at 1 something. TY live, there's gonna be at 2 something. So Miss Teresa live, the TY live is to cover up for an hour between when she get there. Whoa, I see the fuckery going on, and he got a coffee cup. It makes sense. So now this at 2. Think about the pool area now. Think about when Miss Teresa said, hey, I got the they would clean out the pool round 3 and 4. So once you look at this footage, right? Now this footage skips from 2 a whole nother hour to 3:28. Keep this in mind. And Kenneka don't supposed to walk in the freezer. Kenneka supposed to be allegedly making her way to the freezer at 3 something. That's what they showed y'all. Right? Once you get the time right, now look what it would look like now. You cannot dispute it. You can't argue with it. You got to accept it for what it is. So when it comes to the news, you got busted. Kenneka ain't walking in the kitchen, but we know where they coming from in the kitchen. So what you think the hotel will be actually doing at 3 something in the morning? The time just wrong, but the video still showing the truth. The only thing that's a lie on this video is the time. Nothing else. That's why they had us to believe, oh, the video is so heavily edited. They edit people in and they edit people out. They just manipulated the time. Just knock the time up. Cause if you show this at 3, I would, you know what? I would honestly thinking, if I make a video and show this exactly at 3:28, change the timestamp to 3:28, won't that explain how she would end up in the freezer, or who left a coffee cup, or yeah. So basically, if you look at this image, matter of fact, let me just play what you will see at 3 something. Not at 3:28. At 3:28. Forget about the news narrative, cause they said they was at 3. Forget about Miss Teresa, cause Miss Teresa gonna play dumb and go along with this shit. How did she even walk in there? Like, show me the rest of the footage. That's all blah blah talk. This what the real footage would show at 3:28. And I want everybody to thumb me up if it hit different. If I show you, look what the video show at 3:28 right here. Watch this. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just watch what the video show at 3:28. That explains why that if you got to duck off the camera and talk about it, that means the crime's still in progress and the cover up is still in progress, meaning that everything's still in progress while they having this conversation. That's all. And we already know police up there, everybody up there. Check this out. Boom. See that? Now this at 3 some in the morning. Now check this out. And if you reading all of this, think about what Miss Teresa said. Now, Miss Teresa said they was cleaning out the pool around 3 and 4 o'clock. You don't think Miss Teresa will be somewhere in that area on September the 9th between 3 and 4? If you look at day footage, what you see on the screen, they ducking off the camera. That's showing you proof a cover up is still in progress. A murder still in progress. So, boom. Won't that would make sense? At 3-4. If you go to Shemaya's statement, she will be at down the street at Rosemont Police Station, waiting on her mother to arrive because the detectives cannot take her statements unless she had a parent. Because she was still young at the time. Y'all think a 19-year-old is hanging out with 16 years old? Look how old Monifa is. How Monifa would be the best friend Kenneka if she a couple of years, older than her, and how you would be going to the same, look. So, with that being said, now you see how that's got intense. Let's go to this. Back to this. So, when Miss Teresa, they cleaning out the pool, y'all, round 3 and 4 in the morning. We all just saw what we saw on the footage at 3 in the morning. Going on 4. We also saw the footage with the white chick at 1 some. So once you saw the maintenance man, look at this. When I got the radio call to go to the pool room, Lenny, Risco, Juan, a bald head maintenance guy, a hotel worker, housekeeping lady, 3 men from the party. 3 men from the party. And 2 girls help put her in a trash bag. So what time you gonna think that's gonna be? Then you got Bree stating this and confirming she will be in the trash bag. This another person at the party made a post and said, "Man, as I'm tweaking, did they put her in the trash bag?" She saw it with her own eyes. But if you look at the date when she made this post, and this on the 7th, do I need to go to Miss Teresa at a protest, a fake protest on the 7th in October? Listen what I'm saying now. This is how I follow the case, because I'm like, Miss Teresa called the protest off before the funeral. She called the protest off before the funeral, had the funeral, right? Now this going into what? September? If they had her funeral September the 31st, whoa, and the protest was called, why Miss Teresa was going live with none but family members standing in front of the hotel and to make it look like the protest was still going on. Y'all come on out. Y'all come on now to support. Ain't no protest. Hold on, look. If this on October the 7th, why Miss Teresa on October the 10th singing "Ain't No Mountain High, We on the Move." How y'all gang know what's going on? They know what I'm saying when I see you saw that video at the mall. That's on October the 10th. Go to Dr. Oz. When she was on the Dr. Oz. October. When she made the interview at the radio station. October. When the police said, when the case closed. October. October. So look, in October, you mean to tell me you got Bree saying how she get in a trash bag and you see it right here? When the MTV did they documentary? Gotta be in October. Zach was still living. J Money was still living. See what I'm saying? And when they did the documentary, Zach already had interviews. He had interviews of Peas, them, and Irene, and everybody know it was a week after the death. Meaning, he interviewed them on September the 14th and the 15th of September. Once you go to the news station, that's the first time they released surveillance footage of Sean, a fucking best friend, walking towards a freezer. Hold on. To make a long story short, we just saw what was going on the footage at 3-something in the morning. Miss Teresa said something about the pool at 3-4 in the morning, but told everybody, but this on Sunday, y'all. This was on September the 10th, y'all. Now this on September the 9th. But they're gonna match up with French K's story. Yeah, we was in the pool too. Lenny was in there, Risco, Juan, the bald head maintenance hotel worker, and housekeeper. You know what I'm saying? 3 men and 2 girls. Then you got Bree. She got to be one of those 2 girls. Put her in the trash bag. Or somebody watching in the area. Or she's still going to be on the scene. Then you got Shamaya saying this. Hey. The image of them killing you, it just stuck in my head. So you got a Bree and Shamaya saying, I saw a murder and I saw them place her in the bag. Right? Hold on. She wrapped up in the bag on her. Definitely in the bag on her. Look at the flow. Look at the bag. Right? Check this out. You see all of this. Lenny. 3-4 in the morning. You got French K saying this was going on. Tay Zunday. What Tay Zunday said, where the police would be at 1 something in the morning. In the main flow by the elevators. That's why you ain't got no surveillance footage of those elevators. I mean, you mean to tell me those cameras don't work at the elevators on the main floor? Can't show that footage. So look. This what I got a problem with. That's why I asked everybody a question. What will be going on at 3-4 in the morning if you got the police taking the pictures of it, still wrapped in the bag. Look, the crazy part about this is on Rosemont website. They got a picture in the bag in your face like, whoa, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you had to take this picture right after they put her in the bag? And the police were there? No wonder. This snapshot right here alone, to me, if you took this picture, you were there at the scene. And that explained this shit. Three, 4 in the morning. Bald head maintenance man, workers, and you finna see the housekeeper later. Get a camera 1 minute. You know you gonna see all of this on footage. Now watch this. Check this out. The whole purpose of me showing this video, cause now it's going on 4 o'clock. Now it's finna go on 4 o'clock. Think about when Miss Teresa said, oh, I can't say nothing about the pool now, cause I got in my feelings said something about 3 and 4, and they're gonna come back on me. And so look, boom. So she stopped mentioning the pool. You know what I'm saying, around between 3 and 4, right? Cause now you caught up in the lie, cause everything what she's saying, oh, you was in the pool, that means you were there with the police department. And you try to earn out the police department. Look, whoa. Whoa. Mm-mm. So when I said, man, look, after watching this live video, if you think Miss Teresa still innocent, or do this showing you proof? Oh, Trey Gang, I see the whole cover up. Cause this one would be actually going on at 3 something in the morning. Everybody know this at the hotel, right? But watch this. Guess what saved Miss Teresa though? This what saved Miss Teresa. Goddamn news. Pow. Now look at their narrative. Hold on, let's go to the news narrative. I want to go straight to the news. Right here. Watch this. Check this out. Listen to this, y'all.
From food grade.
Now look what they finna show you what happened between 1 and 2. Before I play this video, I just showed everybody what was going on between the hours of 1, going on 2, 3, and 4. And we already know what Miss Reese said, Lenora said, what the footage showed 2 hours off. And once the footage showed what it showed 2 hours off, look how they finna get their ass busted. Uh-oh.
Are released, revealing more about a woman found dead in a hotel freezer. CBS 2's Audrina Bigas joins us now. So you poured through this video. What is it showing us?
36 hours of video, and this was
36 hours. And what date this is? I just want to know the date. Oh, September the 15th. Zach already got interviews September the 15th, the 14th. Oh my God. He got P's Irene video already on September. Already in September. Keep this in mind. Miss Teresa in September the 13th is missing protest. The mother wasn't even showing up for the protest. From the 10th, 9th, from the 10th, 11th, 12th. Until when Andrew Holmes said he saw the footage, that's when she first showed up at the protest. Then guess what? That's when Jedediah at the police precinct talking about, yeah, man, the hotel in on what they in on. Yeah, I thought I was crazy, but this organ harvesting shit for real. And that's on September the 14th. Then you got Miss Teresa in the truck talking about, I'm on my way up there, y'all. I ain't see no video. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit. Andrew Holmes, September the 14th, telling the world, I saw the video. All this shit on September the 14th. Then you got Zach on September the 14th interviewing. Look what's going on September the 14th. Then you would be like, damn, the protest was no more than about a week or two then. So the protest was no more than about a week or two. Now I see why the city of Chicago said, fuck Miss Teresa and all the bitches with them. Cause once you hit that protest and trying to support a family and find out the family involved, shit. Man, them people, I wouldn't even be surprised. Those people like, man, let me get the fuck away from over here. And Miss Teresa seen that shit, was like, well, look, let me just tell everybody I'm finna call the protest out. Shit, them motherfuckers was seeing what the fuck was going on. Cause when Miss Teresa showed up at that goddamn protest, everybody was getting on her ass, was like, yeah, they saying they saw the video, Miss Teresa. Why they saying you didn't even saw the video? She was like, I have not saw the video, but Andrew Holmes on the news telling the world, I'm waiting on the mother right now. You know what I'm saying? She could come and review the footage right now. Got access. But Miss Teresa at the protest, I ain't saw that video because she already saw the video. She don't need to go down there to see no video. She already know what's on the video. The lady was just scared because she didn't even know what they was going to show, and she didn't have no trust in them. She didn't have no trust in them. But look how they saved the day and showed what was really going on at 1 and 3 o'clock in their narrative.
Just released to us a few hours ago. This video shows Kenneka Jenkins walking into the kitchen, but we never see her entering the freezer. And tonight, that is why her family is not satisfied with the theory that she walked into the freezer on her own. Surveillance video shows Kenneka Jenkins walking with friends at the Crown Plaza Hotel early Saturday morning.
Irene, look. That's why they had to show you what. She came in through this entrance right here at one song. Yeah, Livinora. Like, yeah, cause at one song, you know, we got 5 videos. That's when she gonna get there. Showing this image. Forget about the balls. Hold up. You see how they cover up for one something. So when you tell a lie and a basic conspiracy theory, don't this show you how Leonora working with the Crown Plaza and the police? Yeah, let me drop this video showing her and Irene live video. Oh yeah, she just getting there. Boom, then you got Irene live video. So it finna make it look like she just got there. Boom, they go live. Boom, boom, boom. She supposed to be enjoying herself, you know what I'm saying? And this thing, you know, you got people like, well, wait a minute. Why they always question that girl? Talking about if she drunk yet and take this, is it any force in this? That's too fast. That's still at one something. So to make it, to stretch it out a little bit, give them the TY role and be like, look, okay, TY and them coming in, she's still gonna be in the room, boom, 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 doing all this. So next thing you know, the party don't get crunk to 2 something. So now they stretched it out to 2. Look what they finna show you, stretch it out to 2 and to 3. And Miss Teresa like, yeah, you know, how did my daughter make it outside? And you know what I'm saying? And look at this shit.
The Crown Plaza Hotel early Saturday morning. We see her a few hours later by herself. At one point, she stumbles out of an elevator. Later, she repeatedly hits the wall walking down this hallway. Another camera catches her running into a stairwell and then catching her fall. Video time codes appear to show Kenneka roaming the hotel for over an hour.
Whoa. Now look, they can't show you a video where she roamed it for an hour. Now, in the beginning, you would have people scratching their head like, damn, just look at the number. Wait a minute. This a whole fucking hour down here. What could she could be possibly would be? And there's cameras everywhere for an hour. So they made it a mystery. It was like, look, she walked into a abandoned kitchen. Now this the same lawyer that's coming to the defense and said, why was she down there?
And no one from Crown Plaza Hotel responds to her.
Around 3:30 a.m., Kenneka enters a lower level kitchen.
Around 3:30 a.m.? Wait a minute. Now keep this in mind. He gonna relate it, tell his story. Cause yeah, he gonna be employees in the kitchen too. What about Rosemont too? Police department. They there. They taking pictures. They still got the girl in the trash bag. And then put this picture in gray and white so you won't figure out what location this was. But you can look at the background like, damn, well, look, she got to be somewhere in the hotel. She got to be out the pool area at this point. She could be possibly somewhere in that upper kitchen. Because these walls symbolize like only, boy, this could be the lower level or the upper kitchen. Somewhere. But wherever she at, it's a window. It's a window. Wherever it's at, it's by an office. So when I look at this, I'm like, well, look, this got to be Photoshop right here. Because if you edit that line out right here, and to right here, y'all see that line going straight down? That's an edit part of the version. If you crop all of this out like this, crop all of this out, it look like she would be right there by office where a window is. There, y'all don't see it. Yeah, y'all see it right there. So if you crop this, if you basically crop all this down in a straight line. Straight line from right here. If I draw a straight line from right here, that'll exit all of this out. Then you will be stuck with this, a square box. So if you got a window off, that means they photoshopped this picture as they had her. Golly, bro. Let me zoom in. Right here, this line right here. You see that line? If you go all the way, cause they trying to give you illusion that if you go here and boom, like they try to draw an imaginary wall. Like, no, this ain't no wall. Go straight down. This the picture you will see. Hi y'all. So look, basically what I'm saying is the police showing you proof with this one screenshot. Now you got the answer. Well, how you was there to take a picture of her still in the trash bag? Miss Teresa. And where the body came from. Cause I got the security on my channel telling everybody about this shit. Then you got the people at the party saying the same shit, screenshot this shit. Now we see how this makes sense when it comes to the footage. So that means Lenny, Risco had to have a sit down with the Mr. Teresa to come up with this shit.
Responds to her.
Around 3:30 a.m., Kenneka enters a lower-level kitchen in the hotel. She walks out of frame, but then she's captured walking here on another camera. But we still don't see her entering the freezer.
I want to see her literally actually walking into this freezer and closing us up within this freezer.
And the whole time, you was there at the scene. You were there at the scene. So that explains that's when you got caught in your feelings so much that you text the world and said, they cleaning out the pool round 3 and 4. You should have never texted. Cause you stamped that like you saw this on the tent between 3 and 4 in the morning. This was 3, 4 in the morning, September the 9th. Now that's why you look like the way you look like. You was at that crime scene, 3, 4. You edit video. Keep this in mind. Do I need to go back to the phone text message when she first started editing videos? This where this come from. Hold on. Man. Do it to her, Trey Gang. Do it to her. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta do it to her. I just need to show her face on this so I can show y'all this. This video here alone.
Performance, durability,
The first video that we got on the Kenneka Jenkins came from the mammy. This video came from the mammy because she had to cover up her tracks for at once something. On the footage, we see the whole family tree on the footage arriving. Kenneka is in the lobby, me know what to do, and dip. So, once Kenneka dipped out with dude, and once you saw Bree coming back in, this where you get this live video from at one some.
You funny as fuck, Bree.
You funny as fuck, Bree. Just came back from where Kenneka was. And they come back in the room. The black hooded come back in the room. They all go back in the room. That's why Irene her is discombobulated. That's why Irene is still into that goddamn phone. Cause they brought the Kenneka phone back to the room to text message the sister, the family. Shit. So now look. And you want to know what's the crazy part about it? This finna show you proof. Oh, that's why they had to edit her voice in this video. So you mean to tell me when we heard Kenneka's voice, it was edited in the video? Just her voice, period, to make her still think she in the room. She ain't in the room. But they edit her voice in the video. And this proof, Rose mother said, hey, she edited the video. So think about it. How would she edit the video? How she edited? Like, okay, this the video. Where she edited it? Like, this how we were thinking in the beginning, like, well, okay, this a video. How is this edited? Like, you know, everybody talking about look in the glass, Kenneka still in there. Kenneka ain't in there. The only edit that Mr. Reese would did was will throw an audio in this video. And once you hear Kenneka talking, she talking about a pocket ticket. Like she just arriving there. So the whole conversation just basically saying that Kenneka arriving there about a pocket ticket. And you hear dudes in the background like, yeah, the mama out there. You see what I'm saying? So basically, it's a video. Basically, check this out. This a video that you finna see. This is gonna be an actually real live video. But they edited the audio in Kenneka in there, and the conversation is about a pocket ticket. The conversation is about a pocket ticket. That means the conversation is about she just got there. So that would be the edited video. It ain't like she put shadow men's in this motherfucker. Now get that conversation, put it in there, cause we need her to convince the public that she's still in that room. Now don't this make sense?
It's bad. Let me see. Slow your roll, shorty.
Keep my head, huh?
Move back to the mirror.
This slow fucking.
Let me see.
She played fucking
Let me see.
Rick Ross now.
And that's why they will be talking about, I sure hope the ambulance coming. Won't that make sense if Trey Gang broke this shit down? Was like, damn, she went out there, met up with dudes, bam, it popped out, Bree come back in the room, Irene them come back in the room, Black Hood and them come back in the room, trying to play like it's cool, and all this. Then Mitch Reach was like, look, I need to put her voice in there so we can make the public still think she in the room. You know what I'm saying? And then boom. Look at her lips.
Man, the phones ain't working this weak ass
See?
Shut up, you steady talking to me. You wanna get into it? Yeah.
I'm trying to get into it. You go back and forth like some water.
That's Shemaya. Man, my shit kinda red. You know I'm on this act like. No, we don't.
Yo.
So boom. So when you hear Kenneka voice and that, they still got everybody believe that she in the room. But if you listen to Kenneka, that just show you they got another video of Kenneka like, man, y'all blowing me. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna roll. Man, I'm mad at her. And met up with dude in the lobby. And boom. Whoa.
Hi, that's nice. So it's not nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's big, ain't it? I sure hope somebody come. They got an Android.
So check this out. This would be the idiot. Look at Miss Teresa's face right now. Did y'all hear that? The ambulance. Watch this.
I saw her somebody come. They got an Android.
Yeah.
It's you?
The crazy part about it, she put this Chief Keef song in there just because they mentioned the ambulance. When she mentioned the ambulance and said, yeah, I hope somebody come for the ambulance, this will be another edit. Put that Chief Keef song in that John. Boom, boom, check me out. You know what I'm talking about. Look.
I just got the video.
Man, you heard that? So if you take this music out, the ambulance siren, but if you listen to the girl say, I hope the ambulance come, boom, watch this. Look what it sound like now. No music.
No, tough shit. All night.
You want to get to it?
All that shit.
Hello.
She think she crazy.
Parking inside.
Whoa! I told y'all. I'm trying to find an app that I could take that music park out with everything with Mr. Look at it like this here. When they talk about the ambulance, this would be an edit that Mr. Reese will put the Chief Keef song in there. So everybody be thinking the Bluetooth speaker going in and out. No, it ain't going in and out. Ain't no Bluetooth speaker in the fucking room. The music that we heard is the shit that Mr. Reese edited in.
It's the parking lot. It's a parking lot.
It's a parking lot. They can use the ticket.
Park at the parking lot.
And boom, that's when 136 come in with the parking ticket. Now you see why they will be talking about a parking ticket. So when you think about Bree already calling Kenneka phone about smacks there and all this and everybody talking about, yeah, they gave us the wrong parking ticket on the 6th. That's the throw off. Cause they're just showing you, oh, park in the parking lot. Boo, it's a parking lot right there and use the same tickets they already had on the 6th. Then Mr. Risa had a parking ticket on the 6th still in the car. That's her parking ticket. But if you believe the news, she just arrived at one something, you know, and now live. But the whole time Mr. Reese was already there on the 6th. Her daughter just showed up on the 9th. And they used Irene for the birthday party. This is a whole setup of how they planned it is. That's why Irene said, we planned this shit for months.
If somebody else parking here, y'all just gotta let them lose y'all shit.
You look pretty. Happy birthday. Thank you. That is hi, my kids. I told ya. What you saying over there, Slick? What you say? What you say, Gail Smart?
I really need the weed, bro.
Damn, I just got the weed.
But you just passed and they just passed it back.
Let me see who you talking to. It don't matter. I'm putting my face on it.
And that's why she covered up the camera and said, nah, I'm put my face on it. Because guess what they just did to her? They had us believing in the beginning that Kenneka's still in the room. And they had to drug her or something. She gonna be on the bed sleeping all this, and the whole time she ain't in the room. Guess who gonna be in the room? The best friend, Zaria. Dressed up like Kenneka, laid on the bed. That's why they was like, look in the shade, look in the shade, look. So, boom.
I want all of the recordings, all of the communications, all of the reports, the statements that were taken. I want to know the individuals that were there.
Tonight, Rosemont police say 31 people were at the party with Kenneka inside the hotel room, booked with a fraudulent credit card. Police say they're still trying to identify and find 15 of the partygoers. Meanwhile, autopsy and toxicology results have yet to be released. Saturday morning. We see her a few hours later by herself. At one point, she stumbles out of an elevator. Later, she repeatedly hits the wall walking down this hallway. Another camera catches her running into a stairwell and then catching her fall. Video time codes appear to show Kenneka roaming the hotel for over an hour.
Let Trey Gang debunk this shit. Oh, over an hour? Thumb me up right now if Trey Gang body blowing these suckers when I show them this shit. They said that was going on there between the hours of 2 and 3. Look what I said what was going on between the hours from 1 to 4. Same shit what they try to look. This at the hour between 3. See, this and that. This ain't even 3:30 yet. Look what this footage show. Again. 3:30. Look what this show. You know what? Matter of fact, man, I done got so mad, Jack. And I want to make my statement clear when I do this shit. Miss Teresa Martin, lawyer. Shit. Right here. Hold up. Boy, this finna be some cold shit here. Man, you finna body blow they ass with this shit. Y'all remember this? Yeah, remember that. Once you remember that, listen to his narrative and tell me, do it fit Trey Gang narrative and exposing this shit?
Kenneka was wandering into an area under construction that had a operating walk-in freezer and cooler. And why and how, in spite of the fact that Kenneka's family and friends were at the hotel from the moment she disappeared until the moment her body was found, almost a full day later, more than a full day later, why this tragedy unfolded. Kenneka, as you know, came to the hotel as a guest in the early morning hours of September the 9th. She apparently was intoxicated and wandered from the room and wandered throughout the hotel. Video surveillance at the hotel clearly shows Kenneka wandering throughout the hotel. At approximately 3:30, and I'm not being exact, video surveillance shows her entering a kitchen area that's under construction. That's the Murray Brothers Caddy Shack restaurant that's now been open since that time. That kitchen, the door was unsecured. The walk-in freezer and refrigerator were obviously unlocked.
But keep this in mind, when Traeger look what's going on, this at 3:28. Keep this in mind when the wood double doors got installed, cause you got to lock it from the inside. But look who all out in the kitchen. Do this make sense? That this the real 3. And they know this on the footage. Watch what he say.
And at some point,
what?
Kenneka walked into the freezer.
Nope.
The door closed behind her. And over a period of hours, she froze to death.
So basically what they did went off a Zaria narrative, cause that's what the hotel gonna do, have the best friend playing her walking to the hall and towards the freezer and cause they gonna need a route how she got there. You can't say she walked in the freezer without showing the route, and Kenneka never walked that route. If she walked that route, they would have showed it. Even though she was down there on the lower level, they would have showed some type of video of her down on the lower level. But every video that we got on the lower level video, the whole world was like, that's not Kenneka, that's not Kenneka. Even the whole world didn't believe that was Kenneka. So look, when you had, check this out, look, when the news said this, she walked into the, look what they showing you at 3 in the morning. At one time, at 3:29. And the news said she walked in the freezer a couple of minutes after that. Shit, do it look like she walking in no freezer? No. Hell no. Look.
What's very concerning.
What's concerning?
We have evidence.
Evidence.
That at some point.
Some point when?
Because she was clearly on video surveillance.
No, she wasn't.
At some point that somebody secured the doors to the kitchen area and to the freezer compartment where she died.
That make a lot of sense when you watch this video. Somebody secured it. Look what the video would be showing at 3-something in the morning. Why his statements is matching up with the surveillance footage. Look at the surveillance footage. At some point they got proof and they showing you proof, but not on every video camera. You see what I'm saying? Watch this.
These photographs.
And watch this. The wrong freezer. Look, the fucking wrong freezer.
This is the construction site.
Boom! Then he finna hit you with the window with no lock on it, and then this zip tie. He need to be drug tested because look, if you said look, if they secured the kitchen really still ain't secured, even if you got zip ties on the motherfuckers. You could just open the motherfucker over. That ain't no security. Then look. So they got surveillance evidence who installed the double door wood video. And guess what time they would be installing these doors? At 4-something in the morning, September the 9th, when they cleaning out the pool. At September the 9th, Mr. Reese is saying, yeah, I seen everything cleaning out the pool September 9th, 3-4 in the morning. And then J Money taking pictures of the doors at this time at the upper kitchen. Pow, body blow. Body blow. So bam. That's why Kenneka body won't be in the kitchen yet. The body ain't gonna be in the kitchen yet, bro. Cause you wanna know what I think? After the pool theory went down, she was somewhere else getting her organs taken. And they secured that kitchen, so when they bring her and stage that crime, that's when they gonna give you this shit. Hey man, as I'm tweaking, yeah man, they put in the trash bag, me, the hotel workers, all this stuff, and bam, bam, bam. Body blowing these suckers up. This was the trash, cause guess why the trash bag got to come in play? Cause now you gotta transport a dead body in the bag, disguise it, and push it on the camera. So guess what Miss Reese in the hotel come up to agree with? So they y'all know she was in a fucking trash bags. And they transported to the freezer. That's why we get the hotel Eddie and video talking about, look, Not even the hotel, but somebody in the YouTube was like, look, it look like they carrying her. Next thing you know, now we looking between the hours of 3 and 4 on the footage of somebody carrying somebody. Man, it just can't be me that I'm using my street sense and I'm busting and body blowing they ass up because I'm looking at their mind frame because this how they set it up. Look. Bam. You see it. Let's go to this.
Into the kitchen. And this was taken after her body was found, but there's clearly the
on the scene
to lock the entire kitchen off. And this was taken by a member of the family. However, what's most concerning also is that the freezer door has a lock on it. This is a lock that you can prevent somebody from the inside from getting out if it's pressed. And we believe that it's very possible that this door, for reasons that we cannot explain, without ever looking in the freezer, someone came and locked this freezer door so that Kenneka could not exit the door. Now, there have not been adequate answers that have been provided by the Crown Plaza Hotel. We have the police report. We have what they've described to us as the video, and the most revealing place in the video is that we see Kenneka entering this kitchen that it was under construction at 3:30. We know that the Crown Plaza and the security company knew that she was missing at that very time. that they were reporting to the family that they were doing their best to find her. All they had to do was look on the video, and they would see that Kenneka was wandering the hotel, and they would see that she had wandered into the kitchen. There is no explanation that we've received at this time why Crowne Plaza, why the security company, and why the Caddyshack Murray Brothers restaurant didn't do anything for nearly a day and a half, and that her body supposedly lay there until it was allegedly discovered, I believe, at about 12:30 a.m. the next day. And by the way, then her body stayed there for nearly 5 hours while the family waited to find out what had happened to Kenneka. So we expect to get all that information during this pretrial discovery process. The complaint's been filed. The defendants have an opportunity now to answer the complaint. And we will get in due time a full incident reports filed by these defendants plus their insurance companies. We'll get the videotape. They say they've given it to us, but we want to make sure we have all of it. We will get all of their reports, and we'll be able to take the testimony of the security guards and all the Crowne Plaza employees so that we fully understand why this tragedy occurred and how it can be prevented. What's most concerning about this case right now from our perspective is the Crowne Plaza knew immediately, not many hours later, immediately she was reported by her friends and then her family, and her family was there at the Crowne Plaza on at least 3 occasions, camping out to the point where the Crowne Plaza called the police on the family because the family was so concerned about Kenneka's whereabouts. Why, under these circumstances, when Kenneka is clearly visible on security cameras, walking into an area where she was eventually found later frozen to death, what happened at this point? That's a mystery that will unfold during the processes. It'll generally take several years to resolve this case, and I appreciate it. If you've got any questions, I'll be free to answer them, and Teresa would be available to answer just briefly any questions you have.
Mr. Fire, could you explain that mechanism on the freezer again?
Sure. This is right here is a lock. It can be pressed down, and it can secure the door, preventing anybody from the inside from exiting. It would effectively lock this door. And we believe that that door may have been locked from the outside because there's no other explanation why her body wasn't discovered. It's very possible that security people at the hotel knew she was missing, just looked into the kitchen under construction, saw that it wasn't secure, and started locking it.
This is crazy. Y'all hearing the words that come out his mouth now? So if he's saying the family knew immediately, think about 3 and 4 in the morning when he said, "Oh, somebody installed the wood double doors, so they locked the kitchen down." Her body ain't gonna be in the kitchen at this point. It's gonna be an organ transplant. So that's why he said the family will be camping out. So it explains why the family will be camping out at 1 and 2 something in the morning, why all this will be taking place. You see what I'm saying? So boom, then he's showing you a totally different freezer with a lock button. Talking about, yeah, you can press this button and all this, but this the freezer that they had her in. Once they brought the body back, this the cooler that was working to keep the body at a certain temperature. Then boom, they took her to the freezer and staged the motherfucker crime scene. All this be going on between 3 and 4 in the morning. Keep this in mind, her body ain't in the kitchen yet, but they already secured the kitchen, boom, 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 because they finna place a body in there. So that would make sense. So once they place a body in there, Won't it make sense? That's why Miss Teresa showed up in the lobby first thing in the morning, couple of hours after that shit. Yeah.
The doors and one left and came back.
And then look, and then make it so bad if you watch this footage, what he's saying. He's speaking on this time frame that you see on the footage. What you say you saw, Jack?
Later to find what we've just locked in, Kenneka.
Whoa!
You're not saying that you believe that they did this on purpose?
No, there's absolutely no evidence that anybody did anything on purpose, and I don't believe it. There'd be no reason to do it. I think it's pure and utter negligence. No suggestion whatsoever that anybody did harm to Teresa on purpose. What's more likely is that through pure negligence, someone noticed that the doors in the kitchen were open. They locked them like they should have been locked. They locked the freezer, and unfortunately, they locked Kenneka into the freezer.
Lying, because all they did was just put the wood double doors up, secure the kitchen, and when they brought the body into the kitchen, that's when they let Miss Teresa saw the body, and that's why when you go to the footage, guess what time Miss Teresa would see the body? At 5 something in the morning, and you knock 5 hours off the footage. 5. That means they go back to 4, 3, 2, 1, 12? You mean to tell me it would go close to 12 o'clock when she see the body at 12 o'clock midnight? So, if that's the case, then that means I got to go to her. Let me go to my playlist. Hold on. Shit.
I dare you to feel.
Shit. Hold on. Remind y'all with this right here. They finna explain this like damn. Hold on, they already got her body in the kitchen at 8 something. And Miss Teresa saw the body like 4 hours after that, right? Hold on. It ain't in this, John. Teresa Martin runs out the hotel. Right here. So you mean to tell me when Miss Teresa ran out that hotel, what time it was? Close to 12? So that means when she actually saw the body, right? She actually saw the body actually in the freezer. Look. Look. So, do that make Trey Gang timestamp accurate then? Do that make sense? So, when Miss Teresa saw the body, guess what they did? Once you go to the kitchen footage, you look, that means when they showed Mitch Reese want everybody to believe that's when they told us that she was found in the kitchen. But this, when they showed them, oh, this how she was laying in the freezer and they ran out that motherfucker. Look, close to 12, right? Watch this. She asking them folks, that camera right here work? Cause guess what they gave her? The watch. The motherfucking watch. Did I pull the watch up? Yup, let me pull that watch up. Let me delete all this stuff right here. Delete all this shit right here and pull this shit up. All right. Now you see the watch on the trash bag. So once you see the watch, look at the time on the watch. It got 9 something on the watch. Guess why it would be 9 something? Would it be 9 something at night when they just placed her in the freezer, took the watch off, and once they placed the body in the freezer, switch the watch? Cause this watch don't got an eye pupil. This one got an eye pupil. So they put the knockout brand on her, and this the real watch. Boy, look. You see it. Totally 2 different watches. So Miss Teresa got that's why they would give her belly ring. Like, why would they give you her belly ring or watch? And keep this in mind, Kenneka also had a ring too. So now look. So if you got this, that's why Miss Teresa pointing at this camera. Hey, is this camera working? Cause guess what he handed her? Her watch. So guess what time Miss Teresa would be going in the freezer? Let's just say this was the real true time. They would be at 4 something in the morning. On this camera, 4 something going on 5 something in the morning. In the kitchen, asking if that camera working. Handing her evidence, and boom, and you see her an hour later in the lobby talking about, have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Oh, I've been looking all around, searching all over the place. I don't know what happened. I don't know no case. Look, this camera, don't it make sense now? That's why the police would be there. So, with that being said, that's why Miss Teresa, look. She run out that motherfucker. Then I trace his family back to the Martin family through the Jackson family. Trayvon, you know what I'm saying? All of them folk, bruh. And I'm like, damn, that supposed to have been big in the Kenneka Jenkins case. This shit supposed to have been big. Cause I was like, damn. I thought that if he a 33-degree Mason and he sacrificed his son, and then his son case was the biggest case in the world, just like the Kenneka Jenkins case, and you trace his family tree back to the Martin's family, and like, damn, you trace it back to the Martin family, it would make sense that you got, if you look at his tragedy and look at their tragedy, it would make sense. And then look. So when Trey Gang say this, look what the news said this. This will put everybody in conspiracy mode. Oh, you still believe she run the hall
She's
for an
trying to
hour?
find her way. And no one from Crown Plaza Hotel responds to her.
Around 3:30 a.m., Kenneka enters a lower-level kitchen in the hotel. She walks out of frame, but then she's captured walking here on another...
Nope. Cause check this out. If this not true, that means everything what he's saying is true. But only thing is, do not think about the route and don't fall for this at 3-something in the morning trying to place how she walked in the freezer, and that's what get everybody talking on the conspiracy level. If you take this out, his neck out his mouth and keep everything else in, man, the hotel knew immediately. The family knew immediately. They knew the kitchen was unsecured. And then once they poured the lick out, that's when they put the wood double doors up right here. And somebody placed them with zip ties right there. So, you know, somebody installed those doors. Somebody, you know what I'm saying, secured their kitchen. And the family members was there at the pool area. They were cleaning out the pool area and all this. Miss Teresa came back up to the hotel front desk talking about, have you seen her? Have you seen her? And all that old shit. And then, you know, next thing you know, they got the whole fucking world in conspiracy mode. And Miss Teresa went along with it. That's the crazy part about it. She wouldn't listen to his narrative. Look at what it sound like now. Police were there taking pictures of the body. It's video cameras. Saw everything. So my job is to since y'all already put out the Zaria narrative, let me go home and sleep on that and let me see the story that I could come up with. Oh yeah, we saw her roaming out through the hotel. What the heck was going on there? For 24 hours, you know what I'm saying? And nobody couldn't find her, but the whole time he know what's on that goddamn footage. Look at those bags up under his eyes. Shit, I'm looking at the bags up on his ass, goddamn. I'm like, damn, look at the weight on these motherfuckers, man. You could flip the nigga cheekbones. Watch what it sound like now.
Resulted in her death.
You say that you haven't decided how much you'll be seeking from the Crown Plaza, whether 50 or 100 million. What does that depend on?
It depends on the facts of the case. The state has what we call punitive damages. Her pain and suffering during the period of time from the time that she was locked in the freezer until the time she passed away, and the losses to her family. Those are all things that we'll consider and a jury would consider in this case.
No wrongful death is all about neglect. No wrongful death, like, yeah, you know, you both win a lawsuit on wrongful death. That's the purpose of the lawsuit. Not neglect. Not like, oh, y'all should have had this kitchen secured and it could have prevented somebody's death. No, that ain't wrongful death situation. Wrongful death is somebody died in your establishment and they was in fault of it. It don't mean that it could be criminal activity or it could be criminal activity. Just say you can make it, you can do criminal activity and to make it look like an accidental. Sue me for goddamn wrong for death then, and then I set it out like that. This called money laundering when you selling your soul. But watch this. I'm finna end this live game, and I'm gonna go live tomorrow. And we're gonna keep this conversation going. Man, y'all just like, share, and subscribe. Cause one thing I did show the world, Trey ain't got receipts. And once Trey ain't got receipts, you gonna have to explain this to me, Miss Teresa, and the family. Well, they ain't got to explain shit to me no more. Cause of this. Y'all see this right here? This the hotel. This is Crown Plaza, March 26, 2015. 2 years before Kenneka died in this joint. And y'all know where this area at? In the private room. Where that private room at? Let's go to the private room. Right here. Crown Plaza Hotel, right? Let's go here. Watch this. This room is right here. Behind this wall. Let's go to it. See this? Look at it now. Pow! Look. Now you see this? Now look at this. You know what this at? Boom, you see this right here? Uh-oh. If you curve that John around, let's go in a little bit. Right? Now we all know this the same fucker. This the private area. So that means right here, behind this wall right here, cause they ain't gonna let me go back over here. But if you go through here and face this way, this is where this gonna be at. Boom. And guess what? See that door right there? Same fucking door. Same door. Explain that to me. Cause they said this shit was up under construction. They lied. It wasn't never up under construction, bro. It was a private area. It was a private area. Just imagine you got people in this private area. Look at the child. This come for the elites. People like, yeah, sit down, brunch. You got your own private shelf right here. And guess what they're going to be in and out of? In and out of. In this private area. The kitchen. So it makes sense that, boom, you got all the plates set up, boom, and you got like a little buffet. So it makes sense that it would be a buffet set up back here. Well, not a buffet. This would be like an overflow, like for the meat. That like all the hot food would be out here. They'll serve the plates, and they might come back here, you know what I'm saying, and make the food, make the plates, and bring them to the, and cater for these motherfuckers. Told y'all, Miss Teresa never said, well, what the private area at Miss Teresa? They said your daughter walked through here. Make it so bad. Do I need to go to Andrew Holmes' store when they said, yeah, look, if she walked in the private area, you even go back to the goddamn Look, you can even go back to Andrew Holmes' story. If you cancel the lower level theory out, trying to match this best friend walking in here, and imagine she on the 11th, on the main floor. Yeah, she went in there, and it's a kitchen part back here. So it'll be a kitchen part back here where you see right here in the private area, just like the police wrote her. Yeah, Kenneka was in the private area, and she stumbled into the kitchen area. And don't it make sense that she would be in this area? Hi, y'all. I'm out. I just want everybody to see, man. Look at all the receipts Trey Gang showed y'all. You still think Miss Teresa innocent? You don't still think that you been fooled? You don't still think that wherever you be doing in these social media streets, and when you be asking questions like, damn, I feel like a damn fool for asking these type of questions, thanks to Miss Teresa. Cause I would never ask these questions if I would never heard Miss Teresa say these things or post these things. And it's the same man, bro. Bye, y'all. And I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back.